Thanks for tuning in. This is Optibottoms coming to you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the folks at QMX, we're going to be taking a look at their new Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger Q-Fig. And I say early look because this figure hasn't even hit retailers yet. So again, huge shout out to the folks at QMX for making this early review possible. For the package, as you can see, you get that really nice Q-Fig package, which has this really nice wraparound open window that fully showcases the figure from basically all angles. You can see Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. The side over here's got an image of Freddy Krueger right there. Other side here has another image. The back of the package has a more kind of full image of the figure. Bottom section here has a little bit of licensing information such as New Line Cinema, Warner Brothers, of course QMX. This is an adult collectible. And then the top section here, again, you got some slits right here where you can see down. Nightmare on Elm Street, Q-Fig, Freddy Krueger. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have him open up and out of his packaging. And you know, it's gonna sound funny for me to say this because I know a lot of kids nowadays really don't think that Freddy Krueger or Jason or Michael Myers or anything like that are really all that scary. But when I was a kid, this guy was terrifying. The sheer concept that you could go to bed and have this guy come to your nightmares and kill you, as a kid, like I said, was terrifying. As I got older, I started to see him more as a kind of comical character. I mean, Freddy would kill you, but he would have a really good time and basically party while he's doing it. Everybody else was really very serious and kind of meh. This guy, though, would have fun. And ironically, nowadays, if the Nightmare on Elm Street movies came out now, they would not be rated R. Back in the day, they were R-rated movies, and well, they technically still are R-rated movies. But if they were released today, they easily would more than likely be like PG-13. You know, not if they were rebooted or anything. Literally, if they just released those original movies today, they're gonna get like a PG-13 movie because they're really not super scary. But like I said, as a kid, it was a little bit freaky. For this new Q-Fig by Quantum Mechanics, though, again, absolutely love what they do. It's stylized and has a really cool look to it, but it's not like that super deformed Funko thing. I know that's really popular and a lot of collectors really like it, and good for them, but to me, it looks ridiculous. They don't ever look like the characters. I mean, like, yes, this is a cartoonish representation of Freddy, but it's not ridiculous looking, I don't think. You take a look at the bottom, you got a Nightmare on Elm Street Q-Fig Freddy Krueger. Of course, you got that really nice base section right here that carries over to the front. You got a really gorgeous green line going around the edge, and you can kind of see that it looks like he's on cement of some sort or some kind of surface. You got some pebbling and everything right on the bottom. And then the entire figure is basically encapsulated in this cloudy sort of look, which looks great. And you can see that it's layered. You can see his foot right down there on the bottom section, and you can see his legs coming up there. But then, like I said, these clouds and smoke are kind of enveloping him as if he's coming out of a sort of dream state to come after you. And of course, he's got his claws with a gorgeous amount of detail put on it, coming out as if he's going to be slashing at you. And of course, because it's Freddy, he's got a smile on his face while he's doing it. Like I said, absolutely terrific and really very fun. The detail on here does look really nice. Like I said, you got a really nice cloud effect going on. Very simple with the colors, but looks very, very good. The layering is really very nicely done on here. I mean, it's so hard to tell. I don't necessarily think that there's a fade painted into the smoke area, but the way that it's kind of positioned, you get a lot of really nice kind of shading throughout here just from the shadowing. For the figure himself, again, that same amount of detail is nicely put in there. Starting down here at the bottom, I love what they did actually with the boots. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can see there's actually two different paint applications on there. The heel of the boot has a darker brown, whereas the rest of the boot has a lighter brown. That's a real nice attention to detail that I didn't expect. You can see the pants have it's kind of a grayish sort of color, but you can see that goes all the way around. And then coming up to the main body of them, obviously you have that very classic Freddy look. He's wearing his different striped sweater, which looks great. I love the fact that around the cuffs you can see a tattered sort of look to it. You got that also around the collar as well, which looks fantastic. The actual skin, you can see they put in kind of burn marks as these little red patterns. Of course, he's got that very classic Freddy hat. Gorgeous paint wash on there as well with that brown. You got some nice sculpted in detail with the kind of hold right there. And then coming around to what I would say is one of the highlights of it is the glove. First, the daggers here have a really nice silver paint. The rest of the glove itself, though, has a lot of detail on it as well. You can see it's layered with a couple different paint applications. You got a nice brown as the base, and then you got some of that bronzish gold sort of put on there as well. You can see that a lot on the opposite side. You can see a nice reflection on there. And then one thing that they also did was around some of the rivet areas, there's a bit of a black wash on there, which looks great as well. For a Freddy figure, you need to nail the look of his glove, and I really think they did. And they're a little bit sharp. I mean, you could probably scratch your back with something like that. I mean, don't let Freddy scratch your back, because then you're probably gonna have a lot of problems, I would imagine. But use this. That'd be a good way to scratch your back. Overall, I mean, again, and they just captured that, I don't want to say whimsical, but that kind of party attitude that Freddy would have. That smile looks fantastic, the dirty look for his teeth. And like I said, just coming out of the cloud as if he's about to gash you is wonderful. Just really a very well done piece. Like I said, the detail on it is really very nicely done. And like I said, price point wise, I love it. At $20, you're getting a really nice display piece. Not just a little figure that basically has the exact same poses as every other one. This has personality. This has character. And they captured it with the sculpt itself. Like I said, Freddy's a fun guy that's going to kill you, but he's going to party while he's doing it. And this is another one by Quantum Mechanics that knocks it out of the park. If you're a fan of Freddy Krueger or horror films in general, this is definitely one that I would pick up. He is a classic character, and in terms of horror movies, fairly iconic. So all that being said, if this is a piece that you'd like to add to your collection, he will be hitting various retail locations fairly soon. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate your support, guys, if you would do one very small thing for me. And that is just to simply hit that thumbs up button. That one small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. I'd also like to send a huge thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch the video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. Again, I want to send a huge shout out to the folks at QMX for helping to make this review possible. And finally, remember, grow wise, grow strong, but never grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.